All right, let's take a look at some weather headlines, get to that longer range forecast. We are talking clearing, we are talking cooling. Let's open Daybreak Sports with baseball. FSU a perfect 10-0 so far this season. Presbyterian College in for 2 games. It's the final series before opening conference play on Friday. That's Luke Weaver on the mound, throwing bullets, 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, allowing only 3 hits and putting zeros on the board. Offense backing the performance. 5th inning, Stephen McGee off the scoreboard. That's his first bomb as a Knoll, and they're all waiting for him at home plate. Isn't that nice? Bases juiced. Marcus Davis is going to golf one into right field. 2 more runs score, 7-0 at this point. Stephen McGee finishes with a career-high 4 RBI. Knowles still perfect. They win 9-2.
You know, it's been so long, I don't even know what it really felt like. So, I mean, when I hit it, of course, I thought, but I mean, I was too precautious to really, you know, pimp it or do any of that. So I just started taking off just in case. But, I mean, when it came off the bat, it felt great.
All right, FAMU baseball with the opposite record, still looking for their first win, 0-11 to start the season, playing 2 against FAU. Bottom of the first, Rattlers catching the Owl napping. The pitcher misses the ball. That means Kendall Weeks able to make it home, scoring the first run of the game for the Rattlers. The Owls get it back, though. Top of the second, ground to the first. Sylvester Peck can't hang on to it. Tying run scores, and it goes downhill from there. Boy, does it ever. 8-3. FAM loses the first game. Much worse in game 2, 15-3. TCC baseball red hot. The Eagles take 2 more. Now winners of 12 straight. They pull the run rule on Grand Rapids Community College. 17-3 in game 1. Game 2 a little bit closer, 6-4. And on the high school diamond, East Gadsden, Florida High. This one all Seminoles, needing only 5 innings. Knowles senior pitcher Tyler Krebs striking out 7, including a pair in the 5th. Florida High improves. 14-1 is the win in this game. They are now 6-1 on the season. And listen, I'm going to keep mentioning it. One of these neat streaks going on in professional sports. The Chicago Blackhawks, they win again. This time beating Minnesota 5-3. That's points in 23 straight games for the Hawks. And they're back at it tonight, hosting Colorado, going for 24 straight. P.S. 24 is halfway point of the season. They could make it halfway through the season, Shonda, getting a point in every game.
That adds up. All right, thanks a lot.
Though not everybody done with the rain just yet. We got to remember, we're not just talking about what's going on in the middle western parts of the viewing area. Some of our eastern sections still with some real nasty stuff. As a matter of fact, we still have a tornado warning for areas in Dixie County. Now, this is for some of that rotation in one of those thunderstorm cells working its way up just south of Cross City. Some of the heavier thunderstorms just north of Cross City could contain some of those wind gusts in that 50, 60, 70 mile-per-hour range. So we've got some dangerous weather still south of Highway 27, south on Highway 19, just north of Chiefland. And we're going to continue to watch this work its way to the north and to the east as we go through the next half hour or so. Good morning, everybody. Here we are. It's a Wednesday. It's cold outside and breezy, which is really the difference in the way it's going to feel. And I know it was breezy yesterday, but a totally different kind of wind. Yesterday's wind south, bringing in warmer, more humid. Today's wind north and northwest, bringing in cooler and drier. And that's going to make 42 or 43 degrees in Tallahassee and Valdosta feel colder than it is. If we check the almanac, we'll see that normal morning low is supposed to be about 45. We're not too far from that. Normal daytime highs are supposed to get to 72. We got to 74 yesterday. I hope we get to 60 today. Going to be much cooler this afternoon with those northwest winds, making it feel even cooler than it is. And yes, we did see some rain right on schedule last night. Didn't amount to a whole lot. Didn't expect that it would, but it was another 0.06 of an inch officially. Let's check out those temperatures around the region. There's a 38 in Dothan, Alabama. There's a 39 for us in Perry. We're at 41 in Thomasville and in Moultrie, so it is cold across the board. Add to it that breeze, which is blowing pretty good now, going to continue to do that, I think, way into this afternoon, 10, 15, 20 miles per hour. And we're going to be talking wind chills throughout the day. It feels like it's just 34 in Thomasville and in Moultrie and in Perry. Feels like it's just 35 in Bainbridge. Only feels like it's 31 up in Dothan, Alabama. So we are talking cold and feeling colder than it is. There's the satellite radar composite picture, rewound 12 hours. That little line of showers got through after dark, got done by midnight or so. And now we talk about the next round of drying and cooling. But this time, the core of the cold isn't going to get all the way down here. Big weather story across the country today is going to be the snow in the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. That is going to cause travel snarls everywhere. But for us, we talk about clearing. Higher pressure slowly sliding its way down as it does today. There's still a pretty good gradient between that high and the exiting low. That's the fancy way of saying it's going to be windy. Once we get past that windy, as the higher pressure gets closer to us, we get rid of that breeze at least a little bit. That means colder nights the next 2 nights. But I do think the afternoons, each of the next couple of days, are going to see those temperatures warm on up. The Futurecast shows whatever cloud cover was there moving away. And I think, with the exception of some of those puffy white cumulus clouds, we're in for some sunny conditions from today, I think, all weekend long. So the next 3, 4, 5 days looking pretty bright and should feel okay in the afternoons once we get past this afternoon. It's really like the next 24 hours or so. That's the coldest spot of this forecast, then gradually getting warmer over the next few days. There's a check of the tide times. You can always double check those. WCTV.tv is our webpage. Find us on the Facebook and the Twitter. Lots of weather updates and all kinds of other fun facts and figures there for you too. And we'll be putting plenty of reminders that this is the weekend that we spring forward. We do it before we go to bed Saturday night. Make sure you turn those clocks ahead 1 hour. Small craft owners, operators, be advised. Windy today, winds up to 25 knots. 30s, 40s, feeling like it's in the 30s this morning. Bright, breezy, cool all day. I think a top temperature, I hope we can get to 60, but it's not going to feel that warm because of the mid-50s and that breeze. Tonight, the breeze starts to slack off. The skies stay clear, gets frosty. Lots of mid-30s tomorrow morning. 7-day forecast brings the mid-70s back into play this weekend. Looking forward to that.
All right,
Indeed.
folks at the Red Hills Horse Trials excited about that forecast, I'm sure.
Yes,
That's
they
looking
are.
good for them. All right, it's about 6:44 and